Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because, well, we're putting on our digital detective hats. We're going to investigate a massive, incredibly annoying headache that is currently plaguing digital creators everywhere. We're talking about the mystery of why supposedly free music is suddenly hijacking your ad revenue and why the absolute latest AI tech isn't quite the silver bullet we all hoped for. So get ready, because this is a fascinating rabbit hole.
Okay, let's dive into this. Picture this. You do everything exactly right. You go to a site like Pixabay, you find a fantastic, perfectly copyright-free track, you drop it into your video, and you hit upload. But then, bam, you get hit with a copyright claim. Your monetization is completely frozen, or even worse, some total stranger is suddenly making money off the ads running on your hard work. It's incredibly frustrating, right? You followed all the rules, so what exactly is going wrong here?
Just to show you how maddening this really is, listen to this quote from a frustrated creator over on Reddit. They said, "People on Pixabay cheat. They upload a song stating it's copyright-free but then monetize it." I mean, that perfectly captures the absolute betrayal creators feel. But the actual truth of who is behind this digital heist, it's a little more complex than just original artists suddenly changing their minds. What we're actually dealing with is a systemic exploit of how platforms manage copyright.
All right, let's get into section 1, the free music trap. To really figure out how this heist works, we first have to understand the security system guarding the bank. And in this case, that system is YouTube's Content ID. Think of Content ID as an incredibly efficient, but honestly entirely mindless automated bouncer at a club. Its one and only job is to check the guest list. Rights holders upload audio reference files, and Content ID creates a digital fingerprint for them. When you upload your video, the bouncer scans it. If your audio fingerprint matches one on its list, you get flagged. But here is the critical flaw. That bouncer does not care if you have a VIP pass in your pocket. It doesn't read your Pixabay license PDF, it ignores your email receipts, and it definitely doesn't check your invoice during the upload process. It just matches the audio and slaps a claim right on your video.
Which brings us to section 2, the exploit playbook.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how completely brazen the step-by-step process actually is. Knowing that the bouncer only looks at fingerprints, malicious actors have developed a highly lucrative strategy. Step 1. Scrapers. These are the bad actors. Simply download legitimate free tracks right off Pixabay. Step 2. They might slightly alter the track's length or tweak the metadata just enough to make it look like a brand new file. Step 3. Now, because average people can't just access Content ID directly, these scrapers use middlemen. We're talking music distributors like TuneCore or RouteNote. They fraudulently claim they own the exclusive rights to this music and submit it. And finally, step 4, the track gets ingested into the Content ID database. Suddenly, every innocent creator who legally downloaded that same track gets flagged by the automated bouncer, and the scraper just sits back and starts siphoning off their ad revenue. It's literally an automated extortion racket. Let's move on to the legal reality in Section 3, Understanding the Pixabay License.
So you're probably wondering, how is this even legally allowed? Well, simple answer, it's not. Think about what you are absolutely allowed to do. You can use Pixabay music as background music for your videos, podcasts, and projects, commercially and non-commercially, totally fine. But the license strictly prohibits taking a track and selling it on a standalone basis. That means you can't just re-upload the raw song without adding your own creative value to it. And more importantly, it strictly forbids anyone from submitting these tracks to Content ID databases. By registering the track, these scrapers are blatantly, legally violating the terms of the Pixabay license. And there's a golden rule we absolutely have to remember here. Royalty-free does not mean copyright-free. The copyright always remains with the original artist who composed the music. The generous stock musicians who share their work for free on Pixabay are actually major victims in this heist too. Using their music fairly means respecting their original copyright and being transparent about where your assets come from. It's heartbreaking because their work is basically being stolen and weaponized against the exact community they intended to help.
Let's shift gears and look at the technology in Section 4, why Synth ID cannot stop theft. You know, you might have heard about all these advanced AI watermarks lately and thought, wait, can't technology just stop this theft automatically? Well, not exactly. Enter Synth ID. This is Google DeepMind's highly sophisticated, totally invisible watermarking system.
It literally embeds a machine-readable signal directly into the audio waveform or image pixels as it's being generated. It's super cool. But think of Synth ID like the VIN number stamped onto the engine block of your car. It's a fantastic tool for proving exactly where the car came from, but a VIN number does not physically stop someone from breaking into your car and driving away with it. And this brilliantly illustrates the limitations of watermarking. Synth ID is amazing at proving origin. It even survives MP3 compression and speed changes, but it is not digital rights management, or DRM. It cannot physically stop a file from being copied or uploaded. Secondly, finding a Synth ID watermark doesn't automatically tell YouTube to block a scraper's monetization. It's mostly there for transparency, like flagging something as AI-generated. Finally, while it easily resists basic tampering, it completely fails against what experts call destructive regeneration attacks. Basically, if a bad actor runs the audio through an AI denoising tool, that invisible signal collapses entirely. Synth ID is a tracking tool, guys, not a shield.
So, what can we actually do? Let's cover that in Section 5, Ethical Use and Channel Protection.
Since the platform's automated systems and the latest AI watermarks clearly can't fully protect us from these scrapers yet, we have to protect ourselves. And that comes down to ethical use and concrete channel defense. When you use free resources, you must create a paper trail. Don't just hit download and forget about it. Always save the Pixabay license certificate. Pixabay actually gives you a convenient button for this right on the track page. Save the exact URL of the song, jot down the original creator's username, and record the date you downloaded it. Why? Because when that automated bouncer flags your video, this exact checklist is the evidence you will need to paste into your YouTube dispute form to prove you have the rights.
And I really want you to remember this magic number, 30. When you submit a dispute on YouTube using all that evidence, the claimant, the scraper who submitted the track, has exactly 30 days to respond. Because these scrapers are running massive automated volume schemes, they almost never have the actual paperwork to fight a legitimate dispute. If they don't respond in 30 days, their claim is automatically dropped, and your ad revenue is fully restored to you. You just have to be brave enough to push back.
So, the absolutely crucial point to remember here is this direct quote from YouTube. The Content ID claim on your video doesn't affect your channel. It is vital to understand that a Content ID claim is not the same thing as a copyright strike. A claim just redirects the money temporarily. A strike actually threatens your channel's standing. So please do not panic and definitely do not let a fraudulent claim intimidate you into taking down your hard work. Dispute it with your evidence.
Which really leaves us with this final thought. We are witnessing a massive, high-stakes cat-and-mouse game. As soon as companies release invisible watermarks like Synth ID to track content, the open-source community releases tools to strip them away. As long as there are automated systems like Content ID, there are going to be scrapers trying to exploit them. So will our tools for proving digital ownership ever be fast enough to outpace the people trying to steal it? It's a fascinating arms race, and as focused learners, staying informed is our absolute best defense. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay vigilant out there.